Okay, so this is a little behind the scenes video I'm gonna record before I go to bed. Um, so if you've been watching my X-Men versus Street Fighter and my Marvel versus Street Fighter videos, you probably heard me talk about discolorations and stuff hiding in the stages. Now, Mall Mayhem, which is the stage I'm working on next, it is probably one of the most prevalent, just plagued with these things all over the art that I've come across yet. And there's another issue which I'll show off that this stage is also super bad about. But when I say there's like rectangular discolorations, take around this like Capcom sign here. Now it's you see how there's like this bluish black over here that I know you can't like see the color cursor for some reason on my like screen cap, but so yeah, there's like this more like regular black, and then there's like the blue black that's like most of the stage over here. I'm pretty sure this was intended to be blue black, and more proof of like the discoloration like being in the rectangle. Like you can kind of like see where the rectangle begins and ends sometimes. I think like for this one it's kind of like a ah, but you can kind of see it there because it's like affecting everything. Or at least the colors that it does affect. For some reason, some colors are spared within the rectangle. These little like edge colors above it are also for like just within the rectangle. They're also changed. But I know it's like practically invisible, but my eyes can spot it. It is different. And like all the time, it could have just been better if it was just just shared the blue black because that's not going to draw the eyes because now it matches everything else and doesn't look out of place. Um, Also, I'd still have to fix these up. This is just an example thing. This isn't going to be the real sprite that I use. But there's stuff over here. You can kind of see it like happening atop the cross of this, which think this one's intentional, but like it still is yet another rectangle that's out of place. Like it probably just looks better if I take that out. And you can really see it here, the bottom of this escalator. So yeah, like everything within here is probably off color. So like this gray, for some reason, it's like a lighter shade as like this other thing, when probably all of it is probably meant to be like that. Um, yeah, like I don't know why these happen. Like my best guess at the time, like earlier, was someone is working on pieces of art individually. Like so, let's someone was like working on this shoe graphic in another picture, and then they like pasted it into the stage, but like it was slightly different, and they're just patchworking the stage together, and it's some kind of error left over from that. Because I really don't know. I don't have an explanation for that one. Though I think I do have an explanation for the other one. Oh, here's another one that's just weird with the discoloration. So like all of a sudden, this there's these dark reds, and I don't know why they stopped using this dark purple. It's not like the red and the purple are ever next to each other. You could just like do that, and it doesn't draw the eye nearly as much. So like I think they were supposed to be just purple, but there's a little chunk out, and they're all the wrong color for. And if I didn't say this already, it's always like in rectangle shapes. It's never like some like a triangle blotch. It's never like this. It's never the discolorations are never shaped like yeah, it's never like that. Is like the discoloration is just some random thing like that. It's always like it's some perfect little block. And it's usually like everything is just like a pixel or like maybe like 5 lumens brighter, and sometimes they're in really weird places too. Like let's just say everything like within the square that I just drew is 5 lumens lighter, and it doesn't seem to exist for any reason. Speaking of weird discolorations, there's another one over here. Like you see the rail of this escalator? It's like just randomly different colors over here. It's like so there's like a black chunk in the middle of these blue chunks. Like I don't know why this is keep happening. Like I know there's a shine nearby, but the shine doesn't line up at all with this top of this escalator, and I'm not sure why it would anyway. But yeah, there's all over this freaking stage. But What annoys me more than discolorations is I think there's just straight up color loss in the source art. Like if you like look at these flags, like okay, so take notice how these like it goes from like this sort of like gray fade, and then there's just green fades here for no reason that really draw the eye, and there's like it's all over the top here. Now, you might think, well, that you're seeing this out of context, and there's like a green thing behind it that is traditioning with. No, there isn't. I already checked. No, there isn't. And there's a whole bunch of places where like there's just colors in places they don't belong, and there's like oh, over here's a good example. See this PFI 2X flag? You may notice that like the shading is blue on the bottom here, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be using this dark green from up here, or like that's what it should be. So like if we paint the dark green on, it looks way more natural. Yeah, like it has the same colors as that upper flag, or at least close enough. So like this is the kind of stuff happens when you use like a color loss transition and you don't do it manually. Not to like ruin the magic of Capcom for you, but I'm pretty sure that's what they did. I'm pretty sure like the source image that they started with was like way more colors than the like 8-bit that needed. But what's weird is not only, and yeah, you can definitely see it up here for like there's all these green fades that look natural, and all of a sudden there's like blue. I think because like what really happened, it was just like ever so slightly off, different color of green, and when they like you know, color compressed it, it just fucked up and picked the wrong color, which is absolutely a thing. But yeah, like there's a bunch of places where like it just keeps picking like the wrong color, or a color that looks noticeably out of place and wrong. Uh, Here's another one that looks really bad. These like yellow flags here have pink all over them. Like I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to be pink at all, but a pale yellow. That's like supposed to happen because like you can see this yellow dot up here, and then it kind of turns to this exact same pink shading they're using. But like upper here, you can see like a different yellow. Now I'm not saying that's the yellow they need, but because I think they're going for a paler thing. But there's like not most of this did not need to happen. For example, so over here we've got this like kind of pale thing over. Okay, so that's like I can see the color numbers, but apparently that's not going to show up on the video. But look how more natural that looks. If so, when I do this for real, I'm going to repaint it to like this. Like, I don't enjoy fixing source art because it feels like I'm taking too many liberties, but this stage is super damaged. There's like not only like the things I'm pointing out, but there is tons of like spriting no-nos in it and stuff that are just like really sticking out to me. Hell, you see these black dots like near this X? I don't think that's supposed to be there. Like these big things, like these big ones in the corner are supposed to be like I guess nails or something, like giant ass nails or whatever holding the flag up. But I think this is supposed to be like some sort of like darker green, but it didn't know what to do, so it like made it just the same color as that. Or some kind of, because it keeps happening near the like where the yellow and green are really close together. So yeah, like the dark green and the like yellow are really close together here, and I guess it wanted some kind of color between them, and it fucked up. But like, oh man, it's all over the place. And a lot of this stuff, like I said, you'd think out of context to be like, oh, well, there's like a blue thing right next to it behind it. And it's like, maybe you'd be wrong. Here's one of those spriting no-nos I was talking about. You see this black dot? Now, this could be completely intentional on the spriter's part, but you don't want single pixels, especially single pixels that really draw the eyes in your art if you can help it. So, like, if we patch this dot out, it just looks so much more natural and nicer. I don't know, just if anybody like want to learn anything about like a minor spriting things, that's stuff to take notice of. Like, don't try to avoid like weird black dots that just stay alone by themselves. Um, here's another little spriting no-no. Like this is like I know what they were doing, but they shouldn't have done it. Okay, so you see this like yellow dot that's hiding behind this flag now, or this yellow circle that's really, I'm pretty sure that's what this is supposed to be over here, but your brain doesn't know that at first. So it just looks like an error at first. So like anything that like doesn't really need to exist that looks like an error, you probably would just look better if you took it out. Like I don't know if I am gonna take this out because like I don't think that's a mistake. I think it just looks odd. But you can kind of think of it like one of those photographing tutorials where they're like, don't take a picture of someone if there's like a tree right above their head that looks like it's coming out of their skull, but the way you frame the photo. When you're like drawing art, like try to avoid like things that just make your brain go like, what the hell? Oh, if like it doesn't really necessary. It's not like it's really showing up that circle anyway. It's so hidden. But yeah, just stuff like that I'm gonna have to take out. This also looks really weird. Like, I assume these black lines are supposed to be a rumple in this cloth. But like, okay, so the black line, like if I'm not being super clear, I'm referring to like this line here and this line here. Like I assume they're supposed to be the same type of ruffles that are all over this cloth. But the way they're drawn and the way they're sprited, it looks like something sticking off of this flag instead. Like, I think it probably would look much better if it was, you know, look like it belonged with the rest. Here, like, I don't know, like, the fact that those colors are right there doesn't help a lot, but I think that it's probably what they were supposed to be going for in the first place, but I don't know, there's so much little damage. Like, colors are supposed to look natural when they transition them into each other, so like a dot between them, like right here is another no-no. Like, don't do that. I don't know, I feel like I'm rambling. I think most people get the point that the stage is gonna need some work, gonna need some serious cleanup work. Oh, I just remember one little thing. Like, you get me talking about this stuff, and I'll go for like an hour. But here's another spriting no-no that I know exists over here. Okay, you see this? Like, I even have to super zoom in here. You see this like shading on the outside of the escalator rail? There's like a gray dot here. Now think about like what that really implies. That like implies there's some kind of like bump sticking out the side of the escalator when just that is what you should have done the whole time. You don't want these weird bumps sticking out. Like it should be like as clean as possible. Uh so yeah, this stage is gonna be a pain in the ass. Or at least take me longer than I thought it would. It's still probably like just a day of work, if that. Because I don't know, there's not that much. But yeah, this is just little. Wanted to comment on it because it is just so messed up. And like I said, this isn't even the real thing, so I'm gonna have to redo everything I showed in this video again if I did do a little touch up here and there. But something to keep in mind for all you stage makers or adapters.